Good morning, dear students. Today we will be starting with the second chapter that is there in our syllabus, and that is rational numbers. To know about rational numbers, we will start with the very basics of numbers. When we were small, we were taught counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And when we grew up, we came to know that these counting numbers are termed as natural numbers in maths, and they were represented by capital N. And when 0 was added to these natural numbers, the new set of numbers that was formed was termed as whole numbers, and they were termed by capital W. And when negative of these whole numbers were added to these set of numbers, then the new set of numbers that was formed was termed as integer, and it was denoted by capital I or capital Z. Right? After this set of number, we will get rational numbers. Right? Now the thing is, rational numbers are represented by capital Q, and when we take the ratio of integers, then we get rational numbers. Right? So what are rational numbers? First of all, rational numbers are represented by capital Q, not by capital R. So rational numbers are the numbers that can be expressed as ratio of two integers. These numbers are termed as rational numbers. That means they are of the form A by B. One thing we need to keep in mind, that our denominator, that is B, should not be equal to 0 in a rational number. That means a rational number will have a numerator part and a denominator part. And when we hear this term numerator and denominator, we sometimes get confused with fractions, because fractions also have numerator and denominator. So the next question that comes in our mind is whether the fraction and a rational number are same or different. So the answer is they are different. So now what is the difference? The difference lies in numerator, in a fraction and a rational number, is that in a fraction the numerator belongs to a natural number and the denominator also belongs to a natural number. Whereas in a rational number, the numerator belongs to an integer and denominator also belongs to an integer. Right? So in other way we can say a fraction is always positive in nature, whereas a rational number can be positive or negative in nature. So there are two types of rational numbers. One that are positive in nature, that is Q plus, and the other is negative rational number, that is Q minus. Right? So what are positive rational numbers? Rational numbers which have the same sign in the numerator and denominator are termed as positive rational numbers. Right? And the rational numbers that have different sign in the numerator and denominator part, they are termed as negative rational numbers. For example, let us take the example of minus 3 and minus 8. So numerator and denominator having the same sign, that is negative. So this will represent our positive rational number. One more example, 17 by 5. When nothing is there, we assume to be plus. Above also we have plus sign, below also we have plus sign. So this is also an example of positive rational number. Right? Negative rational number, I said, when numerator and denominator have different sign, then the rational numbers are termed as negative rational numbers. For example, like same minus 3 and 8. Now numerator is having negative sign, denominator is having positive sign. Or 17 by minus 5. Now numerator is positive, denominator is negative. So these two are examples of negative rational numbers, right? In a rational number, whenever we need to perform any operation, we need to keep one thing in mind, that our rational number should be in standard form. So the next topic that we'll be studying is standard form of a rational number, right? A rational number is said to be in standard form when it follows these two conditions. First condition, the denominator should not be negative, and second, there should be no common divisor between the numerator and the denominator other than 1. Right? So if these two conditions are fulfilled, then we say that the given rational number is in standard form. To understand this, let us take these three examples. Suppose we need to convert the given rational numbers in standard form. So like suppose we need to convert 8 by minus 36. Right? So 8 by minus 36, first of all, the first condition says denominator should not be negative. So we need to convert denominator into positive. How? By multiplying the numerator and denominator both by minus 1. So 8 into minus 1 and minus 36 into minus 1 will give me minus 8 and 36. Now the first condition is fulfilled. Second condition, there should be no common divisor between the numerator and the denominator. So we will take out the common divisor from both 8 and 36 with the help of HCF. Now we will calculate the HCF of 8 and 36. Those who don't know, please pay attention here. 8 and 36. Now 2 is left, so 2 ones are 2. Now smallest number that divides 36 is 2 again. 2 ones are, 2 eights are. Smallest number that divides 18 is 2. 2 nines are. Now 3 threes are and 3 ones are. So for 8 we can write 2 into 2 into 2, and for 36 we can write 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. What is common in both? One pair of 2 and the other pair of 2, right? So we will be getting 2 into 2, that is HCF will be 4, that is 2 into 2. So we will divide both the numerator by 4 and denominator by 4. Minus 8 divided by 4 will give me minus 2, 36 divided by 4 will give me 9, right? So we have converted 8 by minus 36 into standard form. Numerator is minus 2 and denominator is 9. And denominator is not negative and there is no common divisor between 2 and 9. There is one more way of doing it. Like one was by the help of an HCF method. The second method says, after removing the negative sign from the denominator part, we'll just cancel out the common factors between 8 and 36. Like 2 4s are, 2 18s are, 2 2s are, 2 9s are. This minus was here, it will give me minus 2 by 9. In exam, you can follow any of the two methods of your choice. Either your HCF method, first calculate HCF, then do it, or directly by cancellation. Right? This was for our first one, that is 8 by minus 36. Now we will be doing it for 3 by minus 5. For 3 by minus 5 children, we will see that first step says remove the negative sign from the denominator part. So we will multiply both the numerator and denominator by minus 1. 3 into minus 1 will give me minus 3. Minus 5 into minus 1 will give me 5. Right? Now 3 by 5, there is no common divisor, so this will be in standard form. Right? The next is minus 11 by minus 88. So first we will move the negative sign. So minus 11 minus 88, we will multiply both by minus 1. Right? This will give me 11 by 88. Now what we can do is we will take out the HCF of 11 and 88. HCF of 11 and 88 is 11 itself. So we will divide both by 11. 11 divided by 11 will give me 1. 88 divided by 11 will give me 8. So the standard form will be 1 by 8. The next topic that we will be covering is equivalent rational numbers. So equivalent rational number, two rational numbers will be termed as equivalent if one can be obtained from the other by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator by a non-zero number. Two numbers are termed as equivalent if one can be obtained from the other by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator by a non-zero number. For example, 3 by 5, suppose if we take, for 3 by 5, if I have to find out equivalent rational numbers, so we will be multiplying this by 2, suppose the numerator and denominator both. So we will get 6 by 10. Then we will multiply again by 3. 3 3s are 9, 5 3s are 15. Now by 4, 3 4s are 12 and 5 4s are 20. So I have obtained 3 rational numbers equivalent to 3 by 5. How? By first multiplying it by 2, then by 3, then by 4 and so on we can find. Right? For other example, this was by multiplying. I am obtaining equivalent rational numbers. Suppose if I take the example of 16 by 24, suppose. So we can either get equivalent rational numbers by multiplying or by dividing. Now suppose if we divide it by 2, so it will be 8 and 12. Again we divide it by 2, then it will become 4 and 6. Then again 2 and 3. So I have obtained equivalent rational numbers by dividing. The first one we have multiplied and the second one we have divided. Right? Suppose I have to cross check whether the given two rational numbers are equivalent or not. So for that what we will be doing is, for example, let us check 3 by 5 and 6 by 10 are equivalent or not. Right? So for that case what we will do is, we will take 3 by 5 and we will take 6 by 10. Then we will cross multiply. We will multiply 3 by 10. This will give me the LHS part. 3 tens are 30. Now RHS part, 6 into 5. 6 5s are 30. If LHS and RHS both are same, that means the given two rational numbers are equivalent in nature.